Will Sheikh Hamdan divorce his wives for Shamma? Dubai is asking this question. Morning lifts its veil over the creek. Light moves softly on glass and sand. A city listens to its own breath. Names travel faster than wind. Stories gather like birds on a wire. Sheikh Hamdan stands in the middle of thought, not as a man of marble, but as a symbol carrying many reflections. Every step he takes echoes. Across phones, across cafes, across majlis floors. Dubai does not whisper alone. It speaks through silence, through lifted brows and careful smiles. A question floats without shape. It has no teeth, no claws, no verdict. Will choice bend the spine of tradition? Will duty hold the hand of desire? These words walk side by side. They do not fight. They watch each other in mirrors. Shamma appears as an idea, a name carried on perfume and light. She is not a rumor made of smoke. She is a mirror of longing, a pause inside a fast heart. No claim is carved in stone. No promise is broken in ink. This city knows patience. It has seen towers rise and seen tides return without fear. Wives are not shadows. They are chapters written with respect. Their presence is woven with history, with family, with honor, with time that cannot be erased. The question does not ask for fire. It asks for understanding. How does a heart live inside a crown? How does love breathe inside law? How does a man remain human? Streets carry the weight of guessing, yet they bow to privacy. Windows glow then dim. Every home keeps its own truth. Every door guards its own prayer. Sheikh Hamdan is more than a headline, more than a wish shaped by crowds. He is a son, a father, a poet, a rider crossing dunes of duty, a man learning balance each dawn. Dubai watches with calm eyes. It has learned not to rush fate. The sand knows slow answers. The sea knows return. The sky knows waiting. This is not a verdict. This is not a demand. It is a poem made of curiosity, a city holding its breath, respecting the space between hearts. If change comes, it will come gently. If stillness stays, it will stay with grace. For love is not a spectacle, and marriage is not a stage. They are rooms with closed doors. So the question drifts like evening call. It touches minarets and palms, then settles quietly in night air, unanswered yet unharmed, alive yet unclaimed, ends in patience. Not in shock, not in noise. Dubai folds the question away and waits for morning, as it always has. Night moves deeper into the city. Lights rest like calm thoughts. Dubai breathes slower now. Questions sleep but do not disappear. They rest beside hope. Part 2 opens with quiet, not with answers, but with space. Space where hearts stand still and listen to themselves. Sheikh Hamdan walks alone in thought, not lonely, but centered. A man carrying many roles, each one asking for balance. Crown and heart share one body. Neither wins, neither loses. They learn to exist together. Like desert and rain, Shamma remains a presence of meaning, not a spark of chaos, but a reflection of how names grow large. When silence surrounds them, people speak softly now, their voices careful, respect wrapped around curiosity. They know some stories are not meant for public fire. Wives remain pillars of dignity, their names held with honor. They are not erased. They are not reduced. They stand complete. Marriage here is not spectacle. It is structure. It is lineage and trust, built over time, protected by restraint. Dubai understands this language, the language of layers, of what is shown and what is protected. Behind walls of grace, the city has seen storms. It has seen calm. It knows not everything that shakes must fall. Not every wave must break. Poetry listens more than it speaks. It holds uncertainty gently, does not force endings, does not shout beginnings. It walks beside truth. A man can be many things. Leader, poet, son, father, dreamer, writer, guardian. None cancel the other. They coexist. Choice is not always movement. Sometimes it is stillness. Sometimes it is loyalty. Sometimes it is silence. That guards many hearts. This part does not judge. It does not predict. It does not demand revelation. It respects the unseen as much as the visible. Dubai watches sunrise again. Questions still present, but softer, less sharp, more human. Sand remembers patience. Palm trees know waiting. Water knows return. Time knows resolution. Without pressure, Sheikh Hamdan remains himself. Not a rumor, not a headline, but a man within tradition, walking carefully. Shamma remains undefined, not reduced to story, not turned into symbol, but allowed dignity of privacy. This is where poetry rests, between knowing and not knowing, between desire and duty, between crowd and soul, between sound and silence. Part 2 ends without closure, because life rarely closes neatly. It continues, it breathes, it waits, and Dubai waits too, with respect intact, curiosity softened, trust in wisdom, and faith in balance. The poem remains open, not unfinished, just honest, like a door gently closed, not locked. Morning returns without announcement. The city stretches into light. Dubai wakes knowing nothing was decided, and everything is still held. Inside unseen hands. Part 3 does not seek revelation. It seeks understanding. How stories travel through air and land softly on hearts. Without breaking them, Sheikh Hamdan remains a steady presence, not moving toward drama, not turning away from truth. He walks the line of responsibility with quiet strength. Leadership here is not noise. It is restraint. It is knowing when to speak and when to let silence protect what matters. The question still exists, but it has changed shape, no longer sharp, no longer urgent, more reflective. Will is a heavy word, divorce an even heavier one. Poetry touches them gently, without forcing outcome, without demanding proof. Wives are lives, not titles. They breathe beyond headlines. They carry families and futures. Their dignity is not negotiable. Their place is not fragile. Shamma is not a storm. She is not a temptation carved in rumor. She is a human presence, given too much weight. By curious distance, names grow larger when unseen. This is how cities work. This is how stories rise. Above reality, into imagination. Dubai understands cycles. Rise and fall. Question and calm. It has learned that patience is power. The desert teaches this lesson daily. Nothing blooms by force. Nothing lasts by haste. Roots go deep quietly. Before showing green, poetry honors this rhythm. It does not rush to end. It does not cut paths. It waits for meaning to arrive naturally. Sheikh Hamdan is still a poet. Poets know silence well. They know some lines are never written, only lived. If change ever comes, it will not bow to noise. It will come with respect, with balance, with care for all involved. If nothing changes, that too is an answer. Stillness is also choice. Stability is also courage. Continuity is also love. Dubai is no longer asking loudly. It is listening now to wisdom older than gossip, to values stronger than trends, to restraint as strength. Crowds move on. New stories rise, but some questions fade, not because they were answered, but because they were understood. This poem does not close doors. It simply steps back, allowing life to remain private, allowing people to remain human, allowing truth to breathe. Part 3 settles like evening prayer, calm, unforced, complete in its uncertainty, strong in its respect. The city exhales. The crown remains steady. The heart remains guarded, and poetry bows to what it cannot own. This is the end of words, not the end of life, not the end of bonds, just the end of speculation, wrapped in dignity.